Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. So my name is Nikita Waterman, everybody. My TikTok tribe calls me Egg Writer. Today we are going to be chatting with No Limit Training. I'm going to have to change the location here a bit. And just basically wanted to get to know you and your company and what you've been up to. How have you been able to pivot during this time?
Okay. What's the question?
So how did you start your business? Tell us a little bit more about you and what you do every day.
How I started my business was I was involved in a really, really bad, traumatic motorcycle accident. And from there, I had to basically relearn how to walk and teach myself how to get my control of my body again. And I ended up falling in love with teaching myself, and I realized I have a passion for it. I have a passion for teaching. So I use that passion to be able to teach others how to just dig inside their mental state and be able to push themselves past their own mental limits and get to the best shape of their life. So that's how I started training.
Awesome. And how have you been able to pivot? I do know some people that are kind of in the same space as you. Some of them have been going through different changes, and a lot of them don't want to let go of the fact that people now want to go virtual. How's your company thriving during this time?
Yeah, you have the 50-50 split. Like, you have the people that love virtual, and you have the people that will not do it, right? You have that 50-50 split. It really depends on the person. We made really good results within 4 weeks with our virtual training clients. So that's what we strive for. Because it's such a new feature or new service, we really push to make sure that these people are getting the best workout possible within that 4 week span to show them, yeah, you can train from home and make the same results as the gym. As long as you're training with real high intensity and using the right equipment. Not saying dumbbells, you don't need dumbbells, but bands. Bands can get a lot done.
And in your opinion, I used to walk an hour every day, and since quarantine started, I stopped. What advice do you have for people like me who are lean and we can shake off that fat with a 30-minute walk every day, but now we're not doing as much as we should?
Well, that kind of comes down to two things. Like, why did you stop walking?
Well, I had a client that was downtown and they kind of wanted me to stay in the building. And so it became a remote opportunity. So sometimes I just get so caught up with business where I'm literally hibernating for 3 days because I'm going live and I'm doing this and that.
Yeah.
And then I'll walk outside for another 30 minutes, but it's not a daily consistent thing like I used to.
Yeah, so the best thing, and it's something that I have to do as well, just because I've been training for 10 years doesn't mean I don't have the same issues as someone who's been training for 1 or 2 weeks, right?
Right.
Working out, it becomes almost a bit of a chore when you've been doing it for so long. It becomes less of you love it, oh my God, I want to go work out. It becomes more something that you have to do. And it's not that you want to do it, but you know you have to do it. So if there's something that you know you have to do, that means you got to schedule it into your regular programming, your regular lifestyle, right? So I know that if I have a really busy schedule, I'm training so many clients, I'm managing my team, where am I gonna put this time in? You have to fit the time in your schedule, whether it be 15, 20, 30 minutes, but you have to plug it into your schedule. If you don't plug it in, you're gonna skip it, right? But if you literally see it, okay, 8 a.m. I gotta do my 30-minute workout, or 12 p.m. I gotta do my 10-minute workout, whatever it is, you know you have that time booked off your slot to be able to do that workout, right? And you won't skip it because it's in your calendar. It's like skipping a meeting or skipping an interview or skipping work. You're not gonna skip it, right? Because it's in your calendar, it's programmed. Once it's programmed, that's routine, right? And you should try to make it maybe at the same time every time so that you work around your workouts. Your schedule is based around your workouts, not the other way around. Just like family time or your wife's date night, whatever it is. You work around that time, not the other way around. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, you just brought things into perspective. I should, right after this, I'm going to schedule noon, walk for 30 minutes or an hour. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that's so key, so critical.
And what is the best part of owning a gym? What do you appreciate the most as far as your clients' growth or just opening up your store every day?
Well, I actually don't own a gym. I just rent out gym space. We're more of a mobile team. So this gym, for example, that I'm at now, we're just renting out hour slots at a time, or renting out some boot camp space, or we're outside, or in condos, whatever it may be. But we don't actually have a brick and mortar. And the best part of the job is just literally for me, myself, is results. Like, I love the before and after pictures. When I get one of those, I'm so happy. It makes me really happy, because I know it must be a struggle for some people to look in the mirror and not be happy with who they are. And that, honestly, I don't really get sad about a lot of things, but like thinking about that kind of makes me sad that people can't look at themselves in the mirror and say, yeah, that's me, I'm happy, I love myself. And there's a lot of people that don't. And I had actually a female client, who told me that she thinks she's ugly. And like, I'm like, oh my God, she's like, I don't want to say her age because I don't want people to know who she is, but she's in her 20s. And I'm like, holy shit. So for 20 something years, you've been thinking to yourself that you're ugly. As a kid, probably, as a teenager. And that must absolutely destroy you and always be on your mind when you're going for that job interview, when you're meeting with a boyfriend or a date, or when you're posting a picture of yourself on Instagram. You must be thinking, like, you don't like it. And that makes me really just feel sad. So once I'm able to do that before and after transformation, it's more than the body, it's also the mind, because you're changing the way you look at yourself, right? Once you own who you are, and once you own how you look, the world is yours and nobody can tell you shit. Excuse my language.
I absolutely agree with you. It's good that you can create an uplift in people's confidence. And I also think it's great too that you don't have overhead. I'm sure your expenses are very, very low compared to somebody who has a gym right now. So that's very smart on you and your team's part.
Well, maybe one day it could be in the works, right? But for now, we're just dominating in different aspects. And I know how many clients I would have to have in order to do that, and we're not there yet. We have about 26 clients, and that's a lot. It's a lot of clients. Let's say 60 hours a week of personal training. It's nuts. And it's still not where you need to be. I got to make sure I make the right execution if that's on my mind down the road. But right now, I'm good where we are. We just need to expand.
That's awesome. And what do you have coming up soon? Do you have any blogs, newsletters, virtual events? Let us know what you have coming up.
What we have coming up is just the same old personal training. We got boot camps going on. We have the virtual training going on. We put out newsletters at least once or twice a month. We have a free ebook that's so much good content in that ebook. We're constantly blasting high quality, valuable information on our Instagram and Facebook, and that's all free. That's always something you can tune in on and make amazing results. We literally have people messaging us like, wow, this content has made us results without even talking to you. I had a transformation without even physically talking to somebody, and he just said he followed the workouts and the nutrition on our page. That was crazy. I have a picture of that as well. He got shredded. And yeah, we're just going to continue to just do what we do and just dominate. Because when I say dominate, I don't want to say we're the best, because nobody's the best. But we're definitely one of the best out. And I strive for my team to be one of the best in the GTA.
That's awesome. I like that confidence, that just owning that you are one of the best. And I think every entrepreneur should have that mindset, or at least strive to it. Yeah. And it's also good to know that I always kind of tell people your content should speak for you while you're sleeping. And the fact that your content is solving people's problems while you're sleeping or traveling, that's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt, for sure.
And other than that, what's your target audience? Like, do more women, do more men come to you? What is the age group? Just so we can kind of let people know what fits in line with what you're offering.
It's not even that we went, like in the beginning, that we went for a certain demographic, but it just seems that, I'll tell you why. So I actually have more men watching my stuff than females, okay? I think it's 55% men and whatever the math is for women, 40% or whatever, or 45%. And I'm wondering, why is that when all my clients are female? That doesn't make sense. And the reason why is because men have too much ego to hire a trainer. And it's the same men that have looked the exact same for years on end. Every time they step in the gym, I know these people, they look the exact same every single day, and they're doing the same bad form, same bad workouts, while these women that we're training are literally lifting more weight than them, looking better than them, learning more than them, and they can literally educate these guys that think they know everything. And just because they can't let go of the ego. So once I realized this, I'm like, you know what? I'd rather just focus on people who care or people who are not afraid to ask for help. I'm not afraid to ask for help. I know I need help with a lot of things. And I want to just focus on that. So that demographic is females aged 25 to 35. And the reason why I don't like to go too young is because, one, budget is an issue with people in school and they got a lot of stuff going on in their life, but we still train them, no problem. But we usually just focus on the 25 to 35. And I find that women over 5.
Oh, I think there's a little.
I just got a call. Sorry, I hung up real quick.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I don't know how to make that not happen next time. Maybe you can teach me. And people over 35, or even, let's say, over 40, they rather have someone a little bit older to relate to, I guess. But we've had transformations at the age of 55. That's the oldest one, 55 years old. I just signed a client. She's 58.
Oh, wow.
He said, don't say my age. But yeah, so our demographic, I would say, is 25 to 40. That's what we focus on, but we train everything. That are certain demographic, female, 25 to 40. Yeah.
Now, as far as baby boomers are concerned, I don't know if you noticed, but I see some people in their 50s and 60s, and I'm sorry, they look better than people in their 20s and 30s. What's your perspective on the future of the elderly or baby boomers as far as health is concerned?
What's a baby boomer? Like, you said 50?
I think it's someone between the age of like 55 and 65, I believe.
And what was the question?
What is your thoughts on the fact that, I don't know if you noticed, but sometimes I notice that they look a lot better than people in their 20s and their 30s. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think that's like the future or just like
I'll tell you why.
Trend?
I'll tell you why. It's because these days, kids, little kids, high school kids, anyone under the age of, let's say, 25, 26, are super, super lazy. Super, super unbelievably lazy in every single aspect of their life. So lazy, and it's really sad and it's really pathetic. And it's society that's also making them think that's okay to be lazy, and it's really not. It's really not okay to be lazy, and it's really a bad habit and a bad lifestyle to live. Because you're gonna see in 10 years where that laziness got you. You're gonna be in the same place you were when you were 18. You're gonna have no money in your bank account. You're gonna have no car, no house, no real relationship because you don't have any accountability to your life. So people 25 and up, we were born in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. Things were a lot harder. We didn't have all this ease of information, ease of technology, working from home, like no commuting. If you had to, back in the day, you had to go somewhere to work. You had to put in physical labor. Even people with office jobs, you had to hustle downtown. You had to take the bus. Your mom wasn't driving you to school every day and dropping you off. You were walking. If you wanted to go somewhere, you're walking, or you're saving up to buy a cheap, crappy car, and you're just making ends meet the best way you can, and you're learning the real definition of life, which is called sacrificing and being determined and being ambitious. And these kids don't have it. And it's really kind of our fault because the parent is what teaches the kid. And you have to teach your kid that even though society is teaching you to be lazy and teaching you to be weak and teaching you to be sensitive, which is also why all these kids are killing themselves. Like, when did young kids kill themselves back in the day? Very rare. Now it's such a high thing, right? They're teaching people just to be weak and feel offended and feel sensitive. When back in the day, remember that saying we used to say, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me? That's what we used to tell these bullies. And now people are just, I don't know, they're just going into a coma and they're not knowing how to defend themselves because nobody's teaching them. So that's why 20-year-olds and 18-year-olds, all these people under 25 are in such bad shape, and their posture is like this, and they're like frail, and their parents never put them in sports, and their parents never put them in defense classes, especially women. Little girls should always be in defense classes, especially with all these nasty things going on in the world. A girl has to know how to defend herself to the end, to death, right? She has to be able to fight off anyone who wants to do something bad to her. But all kids should know just how to. All kids should have to go through some kind of struggle, no matter how rich your family is or how rich your parents are. You got to put your kids through some kind of pain and let them learn the hard way, but without having them do permanent damage to their future. They have to make mistakes. They have to mess up, but without doing permanent damage to the future. You know what I mean? Mistakes that will, oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Oh damn, now I gotta whatever, you know? But not things that are gonna mess up their future. Yeah.
Awesome. I do want to thank you for your time. How can people reach you? Are you on LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok? How can people find you?
Because there's so many different social media handles, I'll just give you guys my Instagram and Facebook, and then you guys can follow all of our other stuff from there, our website and all that. So you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at @NoLimits_training. At @NoLimits_training. Okay?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Does anyone have any questions?
No, I think they're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to upload this video. I'll tag you. If you have any questions, please follow No Limit Training. And thank you so much for your time.
It's been a pleasure, Nikita. Thank you.
Okay. Have a great day.
Bye, you too.
Bye.